In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create some floors. And when we say the word floor, I'm referring to actual slabs, structural members of the architectural building shell. And so when we left last, we saw this a series of levels, and you can see here that this is the floor that I created. And when I click on it, it's a generic floor. You can see here the type. But what's cool is that it's associated with level 1. Now I can move the level of this floor up to level 3, and it'll pop up to level 3. And I can move it back down to level 1. Okay. If I want to see some information, additional information about it, I can hit the edit type command, and I can look and see. Again, this is a generic floor slab, so there's not a whole lot of information, but I can assign, and Revit can assign, structural materials and thicknesses, which we will do a little bit later. But for right now, we're just going to leave it as is, but it's just kind of cool that you have the ability to do that. What we're going to do now is create the second floor. And so again, we're going to go back to the CAD file that came in, and you'll see how helpful this is in a second. We can hover and see on the first floor, because you can see this is the first floor plan. You can see here that the outline as I hover is blue, and that's the floor that we created in the preceding video. But now we need to create a second floor. And if you look at the elevation, you can see that there's still this kind of bump out on the second floor as well. And so the footprint is really going to be very much the same. This is a floor plan for the second floor coming in. And this has also been used in a project for a different class in our curriculum. So you can see it's got a little bit more detail added to it. But you can see here the footprint is pretty much going to be the same. So what I'm going to do is just verify by drawing some detail lines, just to make sure that everything's lined up where it should be. So that's the end, and it's aligning with our second floor that we've already, or our first floor that we already created. So let's go ahead and create that second floor slab. And again, it's going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to teach you a little trick. We're going to go to Architecture, Floor, and we're going to create this on level 3, remember, because level 2 is where the stairs connect from the slab to the first floor. So this one's going to start on level 3. And I'm going to hit apply. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if it's going to let me pick lines. And so in order to do that, I'm going to see if it'll let me just grab the lines. And this is a way to make some of your drawing go quicker. Instead of drawing the outline on the floor like we did with the first one, I'm going to go ahead and just pick lines. See if it'll let me. Yeah, it'll let me. Okay. So now instead of drawing, I can grab existing geometry or existing line work. What's going to make Revit just a little bit mad is if I don't grab the right lines or if they intersect at any point, but these should be good to go. And let's see, everything looks good. All right, let's take a look at this in a couple of different views. Let's start by looking at the section to make sure it came in exactly where it was supposed to. And it looks like it came in just right under level 3, so that's good. And it's extruding downward. And we have the slab coming down here, and we'll end up with another floor here as well. So let's go ahead and create that now. So in order to create that floor, let's go ahead and do the same thing that we just did. Okay. And again, we've basically got the slab that this thing is sitting on that would be you know, kind of dug into the dirt, and then the part that you actually walk on. So that's why it's almost like there's 3 floors, but it's really just the structural slab and then the floor that goes on top of it. So same process again. Okay, and let's take a look. Okay, so we've got that. We don't really know exactly what is happening in between the space. There could be some footing. There could be, you know, some kind of trellis or something that allows water to flow through. We don't have all that information, and it's not necessarily our job to have that information, but I'm just kind of drawing it to show you how we would create a series of levels. So let's go ahead and look at this in a 3D view. Okay, so you can see there's our levels, and our, pardon me, our floors at 3 different levels, coming up like that. Okay. Now, the last thing that I want to do is just kind of draw your attention to the fact that the floors are coming up inside of, or pardon me, are running up on the outside perimeter, like flush with the walls. But in fact, the second floor may be a little bit, may be situated inside of the exterior walls, because again, the walls are going to run the entire height. So the second floor slab will be inset within the wall. So we actually have to move a couple of floors in. And so this is what I wanted to show you in the next video.